Hello, I am Shirrell with Imshirr DIY. Welcome to my channel. If you are returning, welcome back, and I appreciate your support. So, if you're wondering what this thing right there is, awkwardly leaning against the door frame, well, it has to go. It's been evicted. It has to get out of here. I've removed it from the hinges and I'm ready to do something different to this particular doorway that would be a lot more user-friendly than that, because you couldn't get in, you couldn't close the door. No, it has to go, it has to go. So anyway, if you're wondering where have you been, well, I took a much needed break, but I'm back. So if you're ready, let's go. Two 1x6 by 83 and 1/4 inch boards. And I'll go ahead and get these prepped so I can set them aside. I have two of those. I also have two of the 1x2 by 83 and 1/4 inch pieces of wood as well. And what we'll do, you'll need wood glue. I have Gorilla wood glue, but I'm sure any wood glue will do. And I will attach the 1x2 to the 1x6 on the far edge of this board, clamp them down, and I will set them aside so that I can go to the next step. Okay, so here are the 9 cut pieces of 1x10, and I cut mine based on my dimensions, the dimensions that I need, to 39 inches long. So I have 39 inches sanded in, because what I plan to do with these, it requires that they are smooth and clean, at least on one side. It's time to wipe them down on one side with a damp cloth on the sides and on this one side, which is what we're most concerned with. Okay, so after you have wiped down the front of the boards, now it's time to push them together so that they are flush together down the center and on the sides. So there should not be any gaps, and there should not be any that are uneven on each side. You want to get the boards that you put the 1x2 on earlier, and you want to flip it over and push it up against the sides. And you want to do the other side the same way. Flip it over and push it all the way against it. The reason we did that is because we need to take a measurement as to how far in the 1x6s come. So we want to make a line, draw a line halfway the top board and all the way down the board here. Make sure it's pushed up against, all the way up against the boards, and draw a line, and halfway the last board. And you want to do the same thing to the other side. So what I have now is I have 2 rolls of wallpaper. It's wipeable. It's really nice wallpaper. And or shelf liner, whichever one. I think you can use it for either one. But I have 2 rolls of those that I ordered from Amazon, and they are called Hemp Brown Wood Grain Wallpaper. And this is what it looks like. That's how it looks. And it's self-sticking, and I have used this wallpaper on another project that I had with wood. And as long as the wood is clean and is, you know, damp free, clean and dry, as long as it's clean and dry, it will stick really well to it. I want to take one board and pretty much measure, because it's the same from top to bottom. Those lines that you make, they're the same from top to bottom. And I want it to go from side to side, not up and down. So I will measure out this paper until it reaches just beyond the line that's there. And then I want to mark that and cut it. And I also want to cut, I want it to overlap, not to the next board, but on this board only. I want it to overlap the wood and just cut off maybe ½ an inch, and so that it can, you know, it can lap over. And you do this to every single board. And there should be plenty of paper to do that. And you probably will have some left over. But the top board and the bottom board, let's say those to last. Let's do the center boards. So we'll do board number 2 to board number 8. Now you want to take all of the boards that you just covered in the wallpaper and lay them all down and flush on each side. And then put the, put the sides on it so that you could measure the top and the bottom. So you want to start on one side. The side that has the 1x2s on it, flip it over and push it up against these sides. Do the same thing for this side over here. And it should be flush at the top and on the sides. And push all the way against the crossboards. So now I have 2 31-inch boards that will go at the top and at the bottom. So I'll place this one here. It should be flush as well with everything. And at the bottom, get a pencil or something and mark. Make sure it's flush at the top, on the sides, and mark where this board stops. Just like you did the others. Do that at the top and do that at the bottom. Nice thing is you should not have to cut any more paper off of your roll, because this is a scrap piece that I cut from the roll, and I will put it at the, let's see, at the bottom. At the top. This one goes at the bottom, so, okay. And it's already cut to where it should be, and I think I wanted to have some blue, since they're isn't any blue towards the bottom. Now that we've got all these pieces together that we want to have together, it's time to start clamping them down in place. And I'll put wood glue on the side boards, and then I'll screw them down to attach them to the rest of the pieces. Now that you have all the pieces together, you want to secure them down. So I will put, since these are 1 by 10s, plank boards as cross boards, I'll put 4 in each board. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So I'll start right here, make sure it's flush. Pushed all the way to the corner there, and up against the board. The next step that I will do is fill the holes where I put the screws, and so that I can smooth it out so that it'll be even with the wood, and it'll be stainable, paintable, without being easily detected that there were ever screws there. The areas where the screws were placed have been filled with wood filler, and sort of rough right now because of the wood filler. It's time to sand all of that and make it smooth to be even with the wood here. Go along the inside edges of the door. And also you want to stain the opposite side, the bottom side of it as well. So that's what I will be doing. And then after I get this tape down, we're gonna stain, and then we'll go to the next step. What I plan to do is give the stain some color. And to make this color, I will be using agave chalk, Waverly chalk paint, and water. And I will use a teaspoon, and I've already measured 2 teaspoons of water in this container. And now I just have to put 2 teaspoons of paint inside the water and stir it, and then we'll go on to this through this process. You'll need the mixture that I just mixed up with 1 and 1 paint and water, and I'm going to use a foam brush, and you'll also need a cloth of some kind. So I'll go ahead and get started. This sand block, and I will go across, of course, the edge. And sort of blend the agave color in with the stain. Okay, so now it's time to just polish off the finish with Minwax water-based polyacrylic, which is what I'm using to just seal it and protect the wood. And I will use a wide foam brush and a very small foam brush to get the inside edges of it. And the back of this, or the bottom of this, because it's lying down, it's stained, and I did not go in and do the blue to color the stain and sand it off and all of that. And I don't plan to do that because of where this door will be hanging. No one will see the other side of it. So I just left it with the provincial wood stain color. Okay, so this is how it looks standing, and I am finished with it. And I didn't do all of this to the back side of it. However, I did stain the back side with just stain because I wanted to finish it. It won't be in an area where there's high traffic. However, I just want to finish it. So that's an option for you. So this is the complete project. I will also show you the back side. The back side standing up, and it's considered double-sided because actually I can have this side as my front side. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I thank you so much for your support and tuning in to watch my videos. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing so that you will know when I upload new videos each and every time. Until next time, bye-bye.